You ready now?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Play the fucking music, please.
I will.
As everybody hears a freaking... I will. Play the fucking music.
You are listening to an All Games Radio Network broadcast of allgames.com.
Hi, this is Normie from Knuckleballer Radio and Zombie Cast, and you're listening to one of my favorite shows on the Geeky Antics Network. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over at geekyantics.net. Warning, there might be rants and food ahead and possibly inappropriate behavior. Don't tell anybody though.
What's up, geeks, gamers, ninjas, robots, and whoever else listening to this damn show? It's HorsePLAY Live. Today is Thursday, February 25th, and that's confirmed. Episode 2016. This episode 115, or is it 116? You got me confused.
Is it? I thought it was 115.
115. We're going to go with it. Titled
Yeah, 115.
MMO Woes, Hoes and Woes. If you're an MMO hoe, I'm right there with you. Social and antisocial gaming. Part 3. What's up, guys? Technically, it's kind of part 2 because, like, we've ran this topic over probably 3 shows? Is that about right? Guys, with me as always, before we get into all this banter and all this humbo jumbo that we're going to talk about tonight. Humbo jumbo, I like that one. I'm joined by my favorite filthy hardcore casual, Yogizilla. What's up, man?
What's up?
And yes, we got cameras. Hi, what's up? If I kind of go off camera, speak for a special reason. So get over it.
A little quick fap.
Oh, I
Side
could
fap
do that right now, man. I just don't have to get on the camera.
Twitch won't like that.
As long as I don't go, or something like that,
It's an implied orgasm. Nope.
It's implied
Suspended.
sexual content. That's what we'd get caught for or some shit. But what's up, guys? Man, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm posting right now, letting people know.
We've
that
had
we're live.
some changes to the network.
Oh, we're gonna go right off. We're gonna just go straight for it.
No, I'm just getting everybody thinking about it.
Oh.
But
You just
we're not
gotta
gonna
dangle that?
we're not gonna tell you the changes yet. You probably already know because people. I am gonna say this. I'm sorry, guys. I really am. When I get online and I talk to Yogi, it's usually about some BS or something we're gonna do or something what we're gonna talk about on HorsePLAY Live and whatever. And the only thing that I got was, man, you pissed people off. I'm like, what did I do this time? He goes, no more Sunday dose. I'm like, oh, come on, I'm sorry. We'll get to that in a little bit, guys. I'll tell you all about it, and I'll tell you the reason why I did it. Okay, it's not because I just want to be lazy and I just don't want to do I don't want to do anything anymore. No, it's not like that at all. I promise you. We got more things in the work. We'll talk about that in here in a little while. But Yog, what have you been doing this week, man? I mean, you're seldom around where I can just sit down and chit chat with you anymore. But what's up, man?
I just can't. I wish I could replicate myself and be there for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of demanding people in my life, family and guildies and clients, and I don't know. I don't even know how I get sleep anymore.
I don't either, tell you the truth, because like I made the mistake here a couple days ago, guys. And since now I'm kind of getting into the thing of where I'm up at like literally like 6 a.m. And then I waited. I waited for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I called Yogi. I'm like, he'll be up by now. This sumbitch never sleeps. Ring, 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 ring. He called. I says, hey, man, I'm sorry. I think I left him a voicemail. Sorry I called you this early. I just wanted to talk about some stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then later on that day, he's like, why in the hell would you call me at 7:30 in the morning? Sorry. It wasn't because I didn't think, I mean, because like.
Even if I'm up, I'm not picking up the phone at that hour unless you're bleeding.
You tell me all the time, you're like, oh, I don't even sleep, man. Call whatever. So when I do, that's what I get.
Maybe that was like the 1 hour that I got a micro sleep, you know? Because when I sleep, it's like on and off. I'll wake up throughout the night or the morning and then just go out, do stuff, and then go back to bed. I don't get like the solid sleep. But, you know, first world problems. Rarapuda in the house.
My wife, this is funny right here, dude. My wife was like, man, I was about to buy you an Xbox One the other day. I'm like, what? Why? Go ahead. That'd be awesome. Because she's been watching The Division on TV, you know, the commercials and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, man, I was just going to get you The Division with Xbox Ones because of all the exclusives. Because there's a bunch of stuff that you get if you pre-order it on Xbox One. I'm like, that'd be awesome, baby. She goes, but you play it on PC. Never mind. Oh, she's like, I was just gonna buy you one. I was like, well, that'd be awesome, but then I'd have to go out. I'd have to go out and get Madden. I'd have to go out and get, you know, if I just get a Madden Xbox, that's because I'm getting one. It's coming, but it's just, I'm, you know, got to make sure money's right. So, but it was funny. She's like, I was getting ready to get you that and pre-order the game and get you an Xbox One. Because I guess there's some kind of, they have a thing to where it's actually, you know how the Madden Xbox has Madden stuff. It's like a Madden Xbox.
Yeah.
The Halo Xbox has it's Halo, right? Well, she was gonna get me one, The Division. Man, and I was so close to telling her to do it. I was so close to telling, but I'm gonna play The Division, of course. We have it. I pre-ordered it yesterday. It'll be here. You know, I'll be able to download it first day. But I'm so used to The Division on my keyboard and mouse now that if I try to play on joystick, no, not even done. But on the other hand, of course, Xbox has the helpful aiming, to where you can hit one of your triggers and it goes right to and it stays on the person.
Yeah, the aim assist.
Aim assist, like, you know, in COD and you know, a couple of the other games that need it. But so Fatal's like, get it, because he wants to play Call of Duty 3 and he wants me to meet all his buddies, his team, and everything. He wants me to join it, and I'm like, dude, I don't even have it yet. First of all, then it's gonna take me however long of playtime to actually get everything down because my thumbs don't work like that. That's why I play keyboard and mouse. But we'll see where it happens.
Yeah, he's on the Call of Duty kick. He was on a Halo 5 kick, and now he's back on Call of Duty.
Well,
like, no, that's a downgrade.
A little something that I can tell I can tell this. He's on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that team was going to Halo 5 because it was going to be this big tournament, you know, big team, you know, big league and all this other stuff. Well, they weren't ready for it. So now they went to Black Ops 3. Why they're on Black Ops, you know, because everybody that I talk to that has an Xbox keeps on saying, oh, yeah, it's going to come. Xbox is, you know, MLG's coming back to Xbox next year. I'm like, yeah, maybe, maybe not. Because there's teams out there that are not playing because they switched to PlayStation. Optic's the one that everybody hears about, right? Nade Shot and you know, and they actually are playing Counter-Strike now.
I still think that whole move is weird because PlayStation has always been a culture. And no, nothing against people that have PlayStation 4s, but if that's your main console, I noticed all my friends that are like primarily PS4 players, they're antisocial as far as like their online gaming. They like single player games. They don't really like online gaming. You know, they don't like PvP.
Right.
It's all about narrative. All about story-driven games.
And
they like the cinematics and all that.
I honestly and truly, and I understand. I'm not in the dogging mood tonight, I guess. But I understand, like, PlayStation 4 players, hey, you like PlayStation 4, you like that, hey, you got it for a reason. I honestly and truly hope that MLG does come back to Xbox next year. Maybe, maybe not. What's up, Rapuda? How you doing, Sleep? Not sure what that is exactly. Hey, BFT, what's up?
Rapuda is one of my old clanmates. Is that loud, Obi?
Yeah, I can hear everything you do. I can hear you moving in your chair, man.
My pillbox. My back's killing me,
Yogi's gonna start popping pills and shit.
Nothing too crazy. Just some ibuprofen
With alcohol.
That's the best way to do it, kids. No, don't do that. It's bad advice. I should be drinking water with it, but that's all right.
I'm a guest.
Anyway.
I don't know this guy, guys. I'm a guest. I'm a guest running the yeah. Guest is running the show today.
Sure. BFT in the house.
I said that. I said, hey, BFT, what's up?
Oh, I heard you say hello to Rapuda.
I did. I said hi to both of them. But anyway, hi, chat. What's up?
Hi, everybody in chat. All encompassing, including the lurkers.
I've been trying to figure things out this week. Because I'm, about the farm server. Hi! In the background. Move your head, Yogi. Hi! I think that is daughter. I couldn't really see
Jesus
her.
Christ.
I think
timing.
I think that's daughter, I think. But anyway, yeah, kids just bother the shit out of her anyway. Out of him anyway. But I've been actually doing a bunch of stuff. I play the farm sim and all that, and I'm thinking, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really want to play right now, and we're taking a break from the server. I'm doing a clean wipe and putting some other stuff up. And I started coming across snowplow mods.
Oh boy.
So right now I got a map it's really the only map out there right now at this point. And you can actually add, this is the good part, you can actually add a snowplow mod to your map. So if your map, of course, your map's, it's sunny all the time. There's no snow, no nothing. So when it snows on your mod map, on your map, through that mod, it covers everything. So all the roads and all your fields are covered, except for if you have crops. So then there's actually a summer months and there's actually winter months. It's really cool. So we're figuring that out right now. I'd like to get people on there. Let me go. I don't beat my dog, but let me go talk to her sternly real quick. Yogi, what have you been doing, man? Else.
You talk to your dog sternly right now?
She decides to eat right now. Like, she's had the last hour and a half to eat, and she's now just eating, and it just pisses me off because I can hear it, and hell, you guys can probably hear the crunching.
I don't hear it, but yeah, that's the same thing that pisses me off because, like, our dogs, like right now, they're barking. There's like people. I love my family, I really do. I'm not complaining. I wouldn't replace them. I'm like, okay, I'm complaining a little bit. It's like now they decided to go in and out of the house or vacuum or ask for stuff they had the past couple of hours to do. Anyway, you see me flip out, and one of these days is gonna be like, bah! You see me flip out on cam. I'm gonna throw a rock. But next person to do that door is gonna get a rock right in the head. There's a sign outside the door that says on air. It can't be any clearer. The only way it can be clear is if it shoots you when you try to go through the door. Anyway, what have I been up to? Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Obi's supposed to be part of this discussion, but so, we've had some podcasts taking a break, some permanently, some short term. For those of you that listen to the Gaming Death podcast, there's been some stuff going on Chris's side, so just bear with them. Follow their Twitter. at Gaming Death. Check their Facebook page and all that stuff, and just keep track of it. They'll be back. He's been going through some stuff. I'm not at liberty to speak about it, but seems like this time of year, you know, everybody's going through stuff. The West Radio Show is now no longer a thing. It's funny. I just found out about this recently, and they're on our network. It's like I'm like the last person to find out. I can't keep track of all the shows and streamers. I can't track you guys down. I really can't. You got to let me know. Hey, we're thinking about doing our last episode. We're gonna shut down soon. Give you a heads up. Oh, don't worry. I'm just the one maintaining the feeds. And updating all the web pages and doing all the SEO work and the promotional work. No worries. It's just extra work for me. Just drop it on my lap last minute. No problem. I got nothing better to do. Not you, OB. I'm just saying other people.
I'm replacing mine. Since we're talking about all this, and everybody, kind of, and we don't know what's going on. It is, some people just, I've had it to a point. Yogi's had it before to where we just, oh my God, we don't do this no more. We keep going along, fortunately. Hopefully we just stay out for another 1,000 episodes. Wouldn't that be cool when we get 1,000 episodes?
I'm going to do it, even if I have to do it on my deathbed.
Yes, I will hold you to that. When Yogi's dying, everybody, we're going to go to the hospital, and I'm going to tell his wife, hey, step aside for about an hour and a half. I need him on the podcast. He's dying. Well, he's got a few more words. He can talk. I'm going to bring the show notes in.
Oh, man.
But since we're talking about this, guys, we'd like to get up and tell you what's going on with the Sunday dose. Yes, we did our final dose this past Sunday, and it's not because I hated the show or I didn't like it. I love that show. There's more opportunities that are coming in the future, and I get to do. I'm not quitting the same. Don't know about the time slot. It's probably not going to be the same time slot, but it's going to be an SFW. You guys know, Not Safe for Wrestling with Fatal Blades, and it's just I had to make a decision whether to keep going with the Sunday dose and maybe turn the attention to some other viewpoint or a little bit wider topics. A wider spectrum of topics, or let it go. Like I said before, like I said in the Sunday dose, it's the final one for right now. I have, I try to think in the future. I try to think ahead. Try to get as much as I can to where I can actually start planning stuff out, and it'll be back eventually, just not at this time. So. But you guys do go check out, of course, TSD. It's still out there. But you guys go check it out. It's called The Social Dozen. The Social Dozen. You guys go check that out. And that's on allgames.com, right?
No.
No?
It's on geekyantics.net.
Social Dozen is an exclusive on Geeky Antics?
It's on our network, and we also sprinkle into everybody else's feeds to get it to more places.
Okay, so
that's our model.
So I'm sorry, I apologize. Not on all games. That's on Geeky Antics right here, but you guys can go check that out. Please go do check that out. I know I've been approached by, I think it was you and then somebody else. I don't remember his name, to tell you the truth. About doing it, being on there as with 2 or 3 other people. I don't have to run anything. I just got to show up. So we'll try it. I know I'm going to be the Horrible Gamers podcast. We're going to be on that here. I thought this month, but I was wrong. So I'm going to be talking to.
I thought it was supposed to do that a couple of weekends ago, to be honest.
I thought I was too, but yeah, that didn't work. So I'm going to talk to him and work it out, and we'll let you guys know as soon as that happens. But guys,
on the social dozen, the nice thing is there's 4 hosts, so no one person really feels the pressure, you know?
Yeah, like and that's what they said. They're like they were, like you were saying, and can't remember his name for shit. But it's like I don't even if I don't want to bring anything, I just want to be a part of the show. Like I can do that. I don't, I have a couple of things that I want to we'll talk about there, but like it's I think it's gonna be fun. Despite and it might not be just once. It might be a couple of times. We'll see what happens. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a rotating thing. You never know. They spin a wheel to choose different hosts for each episode. It's 13 plus hosts. I think we're up to 15 now.
Yeah.
You made a number of 15 or 16.
I think I was 15, yeah. But I think they're getting in a couple other people. A couple more people. They're trying to anyway.
Yeah, by the time we're done, we'll probably have like 40 hosts. So if people flake out, no problem. We got backups. And it's sad to say, because that's really the ideal model. Because in this day and age, people are unreliable. Sometimes all you gotta do, all you gotta do is show up. You don't have to put together show notes. You don't have to record, set up the stream. You just gotta show up, and bring your personality and your energy. That's it. Just show up.
Sometimes people can't even do that.
Yeah, it's like trying to get people to listen to podcasts if they're not already into that. It's such a foreign concept. It's like, imagine videos where you could multitask while you're listening to them. Like, you get the same information, if not better information, but you don't have to be fully engaged with it. You could clip your toenails, jerk off, go take a dump. You could do so many things. Fix yourself a sandwich and just have that podcast in your ear holes. It's great.
That's what I do when I listen to, because I listen to yours all the time. I listen to like sometimes, like last week I had to listen to HorsePLAY Live on Friday. But like I listen to other people's podcasts. The Worst Radio Show, I listen to them all the time when they were going. All the different podcasts that come out, I listen to, and half the time I'm doing something else, or I'm playing a game, or I'm on American Trucking Simulator, and I'm, driving down the road and I'm listening to the podcast. Or I was gonna do a stream one day just to listen to a couple podcasts and play Gems of War or some shit.
Yeah, you can't watch Twitch while you're driving. I mean, you could, but that's probably not very safe. I wouldn't recommend that.
Listen.
What?
I listen to them.
Oh, I know.
But like I said, watch a podcast. But like I listen to them. Like I said, I was thinking about doing. Like I said, because even when one's put on YouTube and they have like cameras like we do, or they're doing some funny stuff, I don't watch them anyway. I don't have time to sit there and just watch.
Yeah.
I'm doing other stuff, paying attention to my kid. Like right now, Thursdays, I'm kidless until Sunday afternoon.
But think about it though. A lot of YouTube videos, if you just listen to them, they suck. Most YouTube videos, I would say, it's all in the aesthetics. The way it's the presentation of official.
A lot of YouTube videos are there for you to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were putting up videos with PvP and WoW, which that's something else I need to tell you guys about. When I was making PvP videos in WoW, people didn't come be like, yeah, hey, I listened to your video. No, they watched because there was cool shit going on. I mean, a lot of things, the things like we do on YouTube, when we put our shows on YouTube, and just so it's there, people can watch we might make a funny face, or you might pick your nose, or,
yeah, true.
Or whatever. I mean, because that's part of our show, is the funny faces that we make sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. But we try to also we try to cater more to the audio feed, so that people that can't see, they can follow along what's going on.
Right,
people
but
that can watch the video,
but
they
we're
get
on
the little bonus stuff.
We're on Stitcher, Player FM, iTunes. We're on all these places where you can't watch a video. You have to have the audio feed.
Yeah.
So
some of those places have video feed, but that's it's a lot more work to do that.
Now, we've had some questions in the past, asking, hey, what's our intro music? What's our theme? Or, what is that from? You guys can go there. You guys can go to technoax.com. That's techno with a K. Like I said, he's got crap tons of music. I use it for the Sunday Dose. We got some new stuff that he just put out. Made it for me. Thanks, Techno. For the NSFW, and we got some stuff going out. But you guys, the one that we like, the one that is our show intro here, is Robot Bunny. You guys want to go check that out? But and it's all royalty free. That's the good thing. You guys can use it whatever. If you guys are fearing I need a permission slip, he's got one of those right on technox.com. You can say get a copy of the permission slip. It's already written out. He's authorizing you to make money, everything. So it's all free. It's all good. So go check him out. You guys might like it. Pretty awesome music. Tonight on the show. Tonight on the show, guys, we are picking up where we left off last week, and Sunday and Saturday. MMOs, online gaming, clans, guilds, etc., all that bullshit. How did the community experience differ between platforms? We're going to talk about that. Should online gaming be social? And then another thing that we're gonna discuss a little bit, all that and more, in this episode of HorsePLAY Live. By the way, if you are new to the show, welcome to our silly party.
Okay. Woo!
Perfect. HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play. 9 times out of 10 get in trouble. We are the flagship talk radio show for Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with allgames.com. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on Indian strategy games, technologies, rants, issues that geeks face, and community events that we decide or we try to put on ourselves and even be a part of. Did I mention we rant? Did I say that?
Yeah, definitely rap.
This guy. Anyway, Yogi, we even talk about retro and tabletop gaming and food. Just because.
Precious food.
If Morg was here, she'd be like, "Stop it!"
Morgana, I love you.
Anyway, guys, Yogi, tell them a little bit more about the show.
She doesn't like what does the fox say?
I love that, dude.
She doesn't like
What
it.
does the fox say? Oh my god, I love it.
You almost made it sound like a folky song, like someone playing the guitar, like a wiggle song. What does the fox say? Do, 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 do. So yeah, we're a late night show. We are live and uncut. Crazy stuff will happen. Like earlier, people interrupting. Like, I've been doing this show with Obi.
You guys see that his head is now in front of the door?
for like 3 years, 3 calendar years, not 3 full years. This particular show, but it's a long time. And one thing I say: Thursday nights, whatever you need. Thursdays, whatever you need before 11 p.m. or better, before 10 p.m. Get it done. 'Cause after that, I check out. That's it.
All right.
But it's like all day long. I'm interacting. Helping kids with the homework. When they sit down to dinner, they start recording. And it's like, oh, hey, do you have shoelaces? Really? Now you're gonna ask me for the shoelaces? Like, do you need them right now? The door says, "Do not knock unless it's an emergency." Not knock.
Shoelaces is an emergency, sir. I just want to let you know. Shoelaces is an emergency.
No. Shoelaces no good. Lemon pledge. I can't even do it.
I go clean now.
It's like, oh god, go make me a sandwich. There you go. So keep an open mind and have fun. After all, this is HorsePLAY. I think the name says it all. Is that about horses. It's about shenanigans.
It's about
Maybe
horseplay.
Geeky antics. Yeah, horseplay. No, horseplay, not horseplay. Horseplay. The difference. You put a space in there, and then we could get in trouble. There's no playing with the horses unless you mean like feeding them wheats and oats and whatever horses eat apples, or riding them in the traditional sense.
And
oh
really,
God, I'm gonna dim myself deeper here.
and really, if we say anything you don't like, get over it. Seriously. Don't forget, guys, HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, on Twitch channels Geeky Antics and Yogizilla. HorsePLAY Live replay is also available Thursdays on about 5 p.m. Eastern Time on allgames.com. Yes. I have an OBN. Yeah.
Do you have an OBN?
Yeah, you know what grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears?
When you're trying to bowl and I'm now I have to half-ass bowl because like my body's just kind of saying fuck you, Obi, I'm not doing it anymore. So I kind of have to just kind of hobble up there and then throw the ball, right? When somebody comes beside you, just because you're taking a few extra fucking seconds, don't just go up there and bowl. Fucking bowling etiquette. What the hell's wrong with you? I mean, really, honestly, have you ever been to a bowling alley where you're trying to concentrate on the ball? I mean, you probably just, hardcore casual. But like, have you ever done that to where you were actually trying to do good?
Yeah, I have a wind-up ritual. I don't just go up and just throw the ball.
Well, I don't either. Like I like before I got like hurt to where I can't throw like I need to anymore. I actually started up. I placed my feet correctly. I never looked at the pins. I ran my eyes right up the center and then moved to my mark and bowled. That was just how I did it. It would go all the way across lane and come right back in the pocket, and it'd be a nice shot, pretty shot. Before I got hurt, I've got 300s. One. Anyway.
I believe you, man.
And
I believe you, man. I swear.
well, I said 300s, like as in plural. Like, no, I just got one. But still, like you try to do good, and then with me, I'm like, okay, I gotta just take a couple extra times. I have to move my spot, because I'm throwing it different. And then I just go up there and try to do it. Well, since somebody does it take some deep dicking? Since somebody doesn't take the deep dicking, dude, careful, Floppy. Our band hammer's in here, brother. But it just pisses me off to the point where people don't have the patience just to have a little bit of fun, take your time, and do it. If you're a faster, wait till I get done all together, and then you can do it and go fuck up your shot anytime you want. But that's what grinds my gears. I don't know. And now for the obligatory news and rants.
I wanted to chime in on your bowling thing.
Nope.
Ding! I didn't forget. We got Floppy F. Imes in the house. Is that Sean? Sean Imes?
I don't know, but he's like putting shit in chat like, BFT, give him a few minutes, man. Don't kick him.
Well, there was another guy here earlier. I don't know if we said hello to him. Twitch pal. He said, "What's up?"
Did he?
Welcome.
Oh man, sorry about that. I missed that. Well, you know why? Because I have the screen. I have the background of the chat. It's black. So like people with those. I'm serious. Like you guys can see it on stream right now. That's hard to see. I know it's somebody's name, but like it's blurry. Leave me alone, Yogi.
Right.
What?
So we just got a little bit of news tonight. Just a little bit of news. That's why I'm saying bowling, though. Bowling with people that are impatient is annoying. Because I like to take my time with it. If I go up to the line and I don't feel like that motion was smooth, I'll step back and start all over again. Like, no, that's not right. I didn't get the right momentum.
Well, no, and we got people like that on our league. They actually will go up there and stop and like, no. So like I've been behind them several times, to where I've like getting ready. I'm waiting for her or him to go, and they start and then they stop, and I'm just now getting set up, and I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead. I mean, it's a little patience. That's all I asked for.
Yeah.
What news we got tonight?
Just some light news, so we can just have a nice discussion about all the stuff that we've been meaning to talk about the past couple of weeks. But top of the news, I think one of the biggest things that impacts us as podcasters is SoundCloud. Apparently, they're going bankrupt. I forgot, I read somewhere they had an exact number. I think they lost $44 million in 2014, and I guess they're still recovering from that. It hasn't been confirmed yet. As far as I can tell, I looked around to get some firm numbers on this, some firm news, but apparently it's gonna happen. Let's see what it says here. So they say that the only reason SoundCloud apparently has been around as long as it has been is because they got $70 million in venture capital. And this is the problem with venture capital, is that a lot of times venture capital, businesses need a cash infusion to grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they can't get that money themselves. But a lot of businesses are unable to be profitable, period. So they just get that cash infusion and then they just grow more debt,
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what happened with SoundCloud. So they're shutting it down. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I'm glad I'm glad we don't rely on SoundCloud. I don't rely on SoundCloud.
My computer is still asking me to turn it on. Like I don't. It's something new. I don't need SoundCloud. I have Google Drive, or I have Google. That's you don't. Sorry, I know what it's for. I know it's for, easy transfer of the media files. I don't need it. That's what I got Google Drive for. If I want somebody to have my shit, they have it.
Yeah, it's got a good place, because the closest thing to SoundCloud right now is like Spreaker, but both of them are really expensive if you start hosting a lot of files on there. So to me, like what SoundCloud was good for was sharing little teasers, promos, sizzle reels, little voice acting samples, stuff like that. To tease content, but a lot of folks apparently are using it as a podcast hosting platform, and yeah, that's gonna be rough for them because they're gonna have to export all that content to another host.
But why?
Who knows?
I don't understand why you would use that.
They do, because they make. I mean, I guess because it's easy. The truth be told, a lot of podcasters are not good at the technical side. So they use something like SoundCloud, or they use Podbean or Podomatic, because it makes it easy to put the stuff up there.
I'm glad I know you, so I wasn't stupid.
Shameless plug. We're doing the little beta run. If people want to host their podcast with us and pay for hosting, that'll help us pay for our server and our operational costs. Talk to me. We'll work something out. And I'll work with you to help you manage that feed and promote it properly. None of this set it and forget it, because that's a bad thing to do anyway. Don't just upload the file and type a little description and be like, oh, people are gonna find it. No, you gotta get out there. You gotta share the links and pollinate across all marketing channels. So now SoundCloud will be one less channel apparently. We'll see what happens. So X-Files season finale just happened this past Monday. Ended on a huge cliffhanger. I saw it coming. I kept telling my wife, I'm like, there's no way they're going to wrap this up in this episode. There's just too many loose ends. This is going to be a cliffhanger. She's like, no, they're going to wrap it up. I'm like, no, they can't. They're going to leave it on a huge cliffhanger, and it's going to sneak up on you, and they're going to be pissed off. And I know it's going to happen. And because they're going to want people to demand it so they can bring it back for a full series. That's the whole point. So, sure enough, yes, X-Files is still running. Well, they brought it back for a 6-episode miniseries. But I wonder if that's Imes or another guy that happens to be named Imes. But yeah, they gotta bring it back, because there's no way they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave that where it's at. It's crazy. It's crazy, I tell you. Frustrating, but they did a good job. It was a fun ride. They brought it back. They made it more current, and it still has the same kind of spirit. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And it's fun to enjoy it with the family. I actually got the whole family to sit down and enjoy it together.
I watched an interview with Mulder. That's all. I don't know their real names.
David Duchovny?
Again, I don't know their real names. My wife watches. My wife and her aunt, they watch like The View and all that stuff, all that crap women's show in the morning time at the house. Well, I go over there to see my wife in the morning. So I hear it on all the time, and they had an interview with Mulder. And
Mulder.
he's actually really excited about being able to get back into that role and actually doing it. He's loving it.
Yeah, and I could tell that he had a lot of input and creative control, because ever since they returned, you can see a lot more comic relief. There's a lot more comedy in there to lighten up the mood. I mean, they had a whole episode that was kind of like almost a what if kind of thing, like a filler episode. I'm like, 6-episode miniseries, and they have a filler episode, but it was fun. So it's kind of like how Supernatural, each season Supernatural has one silly episode, and you're like, huh? Like they'll have a musical or meta fiction or fan fiction type of thing. So yeah, I think it's coming back. So we'll see what happens with that. If anyone finds out anything before we do, let us know. Recently, on and off, we've been talking about technology and how people will go broke to keep up with tech, and because they feel like they have to get the tech in order to keep up with the content. But a lot of tech is coming well before the content is here. I mean, on a video game side, as far as consoles are concerned, they're finally getting 1080p content. Like, how long did it take? Well over 5 years. Cable companies still barely provide 1080p content. But then we're talking about 4K TVs. It's like, whoa, we're still catching up with 1080p as like the baseline. And the 1080p is still not the baseline, but it's kind of the median, right? So, I've said it a lot. I said it very often that 4K TVs are a waste of money. But you know what? The prices have come down. So I want to append that. If you got the money to burn, or you actually need a TV, or you need to replace your TV, it might be worth going to it. I'm gonna concede to that. Cause we have got a lot of feedback, and I know over in the UK that you can get a 4K TV for $400, $600. I forget what the conversion is from pounds. Someone said they got a 4K TV for £300 or £200, something like that. I'm like, what's that in American dollars? $1,000? It's not that bad, actually. I'm exaggerating, but so now right here in the States, 4K TVs,
$420.
yeah, under $600. Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's 300. That's 300 pounds. About
you actually
$420.
exact.
Somewhere
Yeah.
here.
420.
I'm looking.
420 blaze it.
There you go. Yeah, $420.04.
Yeah, it's about $1.20 each dollar, something like that. Like each pound is $1.20.
It's right at about $1.44, something like that.
Okay, so it's gone up. Yeah, it fluctuates between like $1.20 per pound, $1.44 per pound. So 4K TV at a size that's larger than 40 inches. I mean, I saw someone was telling me they saw 60-inch for $515. I think it was an LG or Samsung. I'm like, damn, that's pretty cheap.
4K.
4K, yeah.
Right now, last time I went in Best Buy, which was 2 days ago, I saw there was a 50-inch 4K it's still right at around $650.
That's because Best Buy and they're expensive.
Well, still.
You don't go to Best Buy to get deals.
I do.
Well, people. That's why. Someone coming off the street, a normal person coming off the street.
Just think,
Best
like,
Buy...
if there's anybody in Washington that listens to this show that owns an electronics store, you let me know, because I will be your best customer. Seriously.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have got screwed around on these Best Buy points all the time, because, like, I'd start a card, I'd confirm it online, and then it wouldn't work in the store. Like, 3 times. Like,
yeah.
you know how much I bought from there?
Yeah. They have a real big. I've vented about this on this show how you having their gamers club or the Best Buy rewards and using it online. There's such a disconnect between the retail and online. I don't get it. It's if it's pulling off the same database. I don't understand why that's an issue. I should be able to flip flop between online and retail.
But if you go in store, they have no problem getting it.
See, and that I don't. What if I don't want to go to the store?
But
I
yeah,
shouldn't be forced to.
right. And I put stuff in my cart and then go, can I log into the Best Buy website here? Why? Because I want to be able to get my stuff shipped. Oh, why don't you just do it from home? It won't let you do that. It won't let you use your points for it. Okay. So then they let me log in. And then I buy it and send it to my house. Thanks. That's all I needed. Are you gonna buy anything? I just did. I just spent $500 online. Best Buy. You can't do that anymore, sir. Oh, well.
Yeah, because then the store doesn't get credit for the sale, which is stupid. That's crazy talk.
$1.40 exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Is a British pound. So if you go over there with $400, you're gonna have a little bit of money. $4,000, I mean. 400. Well, it's a couple $100. That's chump change. When you have to buy something, or you have to fix your fucking car. Anyway.
Well, the whole thing is though that Best Buy's a cool experience. I like window shopping there when I feel like doing that, but man, retail needs to catch up. Like smart retail establishments, what they do is that they unify the online and retail, and the local store still gets credit for the sales if they do the online, the site to store, whatever kind of thing they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Or if the sale is made in the store, but the person gets it shipped home or whatever, that should still count.
Yeah, because it's if you use shipping to your house, you can actually choose it to come from not from that store, but the store still gets credit for it. Like I'm bringing back Best Buy again, but if you buy something in Best Buy and they don't have it in store, and they have to ship it to you from online, like they still get credit. So what's the difference of me going in there and doing the same thing?
Yeah, it's a weird retail thing because they don't work off commissions, but I think they still have quotas and they have like metrics that they keep track of.
Sure, they have commissions.
That's retail.
Still.
No, I don't think they have commissions.
Yes, they do. They have commissions still.
In Best Buy,
everybody from Geek Squad, the computer people, they get extra shit when they sell computers and stuff.
I'm surprised then because you go to Best Buy and they cannot be bothered.
Well,
you have to chase down a Best Buy person.
Like I swear to God, and maybe it's because I'm such an asshole, but as soon as I walk in the door, I got two people. Hey man, what's up? You need any help today? No, I'm going back here. And as soon as I walk back there, they see homeboy's with a customer, literally, and he makes sure he walks halfway all around to the other side of the electronics, other side of the computer center, because it's like 10 aisles now. He makes sure he walks all the way back around and say, hey, I'll be right with you, man. Like, I swear to God, they got my freaking picture up.
See, that's funny. I don't like being harassed when I go into a retail establishment, but it's nice to be acknowledged, right?
Right.
So, at least greet the customer, say, you need help with the thing, I'll be right over here, that's fine. But then, if a person's looking and you keep, hovering over them and asking them if they need help constantly, that's annoying. It's like when you eat, it's when you're eating in a restaurant, right? I want to enjoy my meal, and now you breathing down my neck constantly. But don't forget to refill my water either. Check in on me. You don't want one extreme or the other. Don't forget about the person sitting at the table and come an hour later. Did you want anything else? No, I'm just sitting here with an empty table because I want to eat the fucking air. Yeah, that's what I come to restaurants for. But I don't want the person you don't want the waitress that checks every 5 minutes. You want anything else? You want anything else? You want anything else?
Usually,
can I enjoy my meal?
Usually, I can say that sucks because I've had it sometimes, and I've made a server cry before because I told her, "Will you just stay away for about 10 minutes?" Like, I made her, she went in the back and cried. The manager came out saying, is there an issue? I was like, no, I just didn't, I don't want her breathing down my neck every 5 seconds asking me if I want some more fucking water. I got a big-ass fucking steak here, and this is how I'm talking to the manager. I got a big-ass fucking steak. I got a nice, pretty baked potato with ranch sour cream. Not ranch sour cream, ranch cheese, bacon. And then I got a salad, which is great. Now give me a few minutes to eat it, and then come back and ask me how it is. Because she already came back once. You know, right when you get it, they usually stay there. You cut into it, make sure it's right. Because if, like, a steak, I like my share of medium well steaks, but dude, every now and then I want that medium, just that pretty layer of pink in there. It's really, especially on a really good, porterhouse or T-bone or whatever, right? You just want that nice little pink spot.
Yeah.
It's dirty. But, like, and then...
We're all pink on the inside.
Yeah. Anyway. Go ahead. I'm done.
So BFT says he doesn't like being acknowledged. Just let him browse unless he's ready to pay or ask a question. And, I definitely can feel that because sometimes that's me. But I can appreciate acknowledging some people. I can appreciate why you acknowledge people because some people will not approach you unless you let them know that you're there because they'll be shy. So just say hello. It could be casual, like, hey, how you doing? Let me know if you need any help.
Well,
It doesn't have to be a big pitch.
And Fifi's like that too. Where she'll actually go and I'll be like, hey, let me go ask somebody. Well, no, he's busy. I was like, no, he's not. He's right there. Like and I'm like, hey, can I get some help? I'm up forward. I'm forward. I'm up front.
Yeah.
If I think you're a shitty salesman, I will tell you, you might need to get a different job because you suck at this. Like there was a couple looking at computers, and it was, I don't know what it was for. It was just something for, I think he was a truck driver and he just wanted a tablet or a small laptop to, bring on the road with him so he could, check emails and stuff like that. And I'm like looking for somebody and I look all around and I actually went up front. I said, these people need help. And I came back. By the time I came back, nobody was still there. And I says, what are you guys looking for? And they're like, I want this, this, and this. I'm like, get that one. So by the time a person came back, he's like, hey, how can I help you guys? He goes, never mind, this guy helped us. And then this guy snapped at him. Like, yeah, you can go back up there and do not a goddamn thing. This guy, another customer helped us. Thanks.
That's the big flaw with retail, man. Like I love my online, right? And I love the convenience because my time is at a premium these days. Half the time I'll be straight up, my back is killing me, and I can't really travel much as I used to. If I do, it got to be something important. I can't be on my feet much even. Old age is coming to me. It's catching up with me. But so if I go to retail, it's because I want that VIP treatment. I want that experience. But with the problem with retail, a lot of times it's worse than online because people don't know their product. So what's the point of asking questions? They're either too pushy or not approachable at all. And then the biggest sin that you make in retail is that you don't have enough people hired because they have to cut down on costs. You want to make more profit. And that sucks for the customer because that's really one of the last few benefits of going shopping retail. It's not like you're going to get the best price in retail. That's the whole retail by definition means markup. So to have departments that are empty, that are not being manned and watched over, that's you can't do that. That's the whole point of retail. So if someone goes there, they know they have someone there to ask questions when they want to ask questions.
See, the store manager actually called me and asked, what was that all about? I'm like, really? Homeboy wasn't where he was supposed to be. And he goes, where did he come from? I said, he came from up front by the cell phones. I mean, and he's like, okay. Next time I went in there, I don't think he works there. I haven't seen him in a week. And I'm not trying to be a dick and tell on somebody like that, but That's the one thing that if you're at a job, no matter what it is, and you're at a fast food joint, okay? I understand the fast food joint sucks. It sucks to work at. It sucks because people that are customers sometimes are assholes like me. But the only time that I'm an asshole is when people are not doing the job that they're being paid to do.
Yep.
Like if your job is janitor and you're not sweeping a floor or mopping the floor or making it look nice as a janitor, you're not doing your job. Same thing with retail. If you're paid to be in the computer section and you're over in the TVs, you're wrong. It's just how it is. Because if I was working those jobs, I would, and I've taken to take something that if I have a job and I'm getting paid to do it, and I chose to go put the application in there, and I chose to accept the position that they gave me, and I chose to go to work every day, do your job. I guess that's another Pody moment, isn't it?
Nah, I mean, I agree. The problem is that, a lot of people working where they are, especially in service-oriented positions, they're there because that's the one place that actually give them a chance, or the first place that accepted them. And not that 9 times out of 10 people are not in their ideal job, and it sure shows because they cannot be more freaking, reluctant to do their work.
Right, and you said it too before that when there's quite a few people in America, just not in your hometown, but in America itself, that are actually in jobs because they have to be there. Like something like, I went into college for some ungodly thing that doesn't even exist anymore. Or something like that, to where now they have to get a job at Best Buy, or they have to get a job and be a manager at McDonald's, but they have a master's degree in astrophysics or some bullshit.
Oh, there are definitely people out there that have, graduate and high level degrees, and they are flipping burgers. Don't you get it twisted? They're gonna hide that fact, but I'm telling you, it happens, and it's sad because colleges nowadays are businesses. They don't care about your success after you leave. They'll claim it. If you become famous, they'll sure as hell make sure and say, "Oh yeah, he's an alumni of this university." Sure, 'cause that's great. That's a great promotion for you. But you don't care if Joe Blow makes it in the real world. He's already paid you money, and he's gonna pay you more money for the life, of that loan, even if you got a full scholarship. There's always money that you get. They're always getting money over time. It's a cash business. They don't care if you succeed, man. It's such a broken system, man.
Yeah.
And that's why, if you're looking to go back to college, or you're about to go to college, check into the default rate of that college. That tells you a lot about how many people are going into debt and not finding jobs after they graduate. Because the default rate means that people are not able to pay off the loan because there's no work to get into.
Mm-hmm.
A good college will help you with job placement and actually have inside connections, not just the fraternities, but they'll have all kinds of services for alumni, and really give a shit after you graduate, and that's kind of a rare thing, sadly.
So what happened to Xbox, man?
Oh yeah, so Xbox. I'm not gonna get too deep into this, cause I know we're just giving fodder to the PlayStation fanboys, but Xbox Live apparently got hacked. Yeah, the information's out there. They were pretty good about keeping a tight lid on this. Tight lip. They tight-lipped about it. No, that sounds dirty. I don't know. I got a bad weird visual. So
So did I.
If you check the Xbox, yeah.
You dirty go.
But if you had kept up with the Xbox Twitter feed for the past week and a half or so, they've been having issues on and off. And they were saying, "Oh, we're looking into the issue." They're being very cryptic about it. Like, people were calling customer support, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, it's an issue with the core servers, the core service," and people didn't know what that mean. Like, oh, it's a problem with the core. The core, like what, my system's core, like my processor? No, it's with the core. And like, friends of mine were telling me, like, that's the kind of stuff they were getting at support. And very cryptic. I didn't bother really looking into it. Apparently, it did turn out to be that it was hacking. The only thing I can say that was frustrating about it is that it didn't really impact me. I got disconnected from Xbox Live for maybe a half hour, hour at most last week. And then on Tuesday, anything that was digital or a subscription-based thing wasn't registering because they had like 3 of their main services down, and one of those was the one that manages the licenses, the license server or whatever. And I feel vindicated because I've been saying, you know what? There's a good reason I keep getting physical copies like this right here. Yes, best game of 2015, best game of 2016 as far as shooters go. Rainbow Six Siege.
I got
physical
I got some people for you that want to play.
All right. Send them my way.
I met him on Counter-Strike today.
But you know, physical copy, as long as they got the disc and it ain't busted, it ain't scratched, I could play it, even if the servers are down. Digital, nope. Sorry, can't check to see if you have a valid license. So, and everybody's complaining. I said, let me guess. Like all my guildies, we had the all-time lowest concurrent logons, and I could tell who all bought digital. Because we had at one point like only 4 members logged on, and usually we have at least 20, 30 members on at any hour, which is really good. There's always people to play with, and we're not a huge guild by any chance. By any means, we only have like around 200 members, but we had like four members on, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I started asking people, people started messaging me like, hey, how are you on Elder Scrolls? And I'm not. I'm like, 'cause I'm cool. I'm part of the media, and they give us priority server access. No, I'm kidding. I trolled a little bit. I said, no, I'm kidding. Let me guess. You have digital. You have a digital copy of the game. Like, yeah. All the games are not working. Are they digital? Yes. What does that have to do with it? That's your problem. So, but Xbox Live support has gotten really good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. But the problem with customer service and any frontline service people, salespeople included, they can only serve the customer as far as the information they're given and the tools they're given, right? So if their hands are tied behind the back or they're told they can't say anything, they're not told anything, they're clueless. So, in any organization, you have issues going on, you should probably tell your customer service people, this is what we got to tell them so there's no panic, So, because people were trying to troubleshoot this shit, thinking there was something wrong with their Xbox, thinking it was just them. And no one was talking to each other. Everybody thought it was just them. No one thought to ask each other, like, hey, are you having trouble logging on? So everybody thought their Xbox was going bad or they had credit card problems or whatever. It was a shitstorm. Even that said, at least it didn't go down for like over a month or whatever it was when PlayStation Network went down or whatever. That's unacceptable.
And I'm getting Xbox. Oh boy.
Hey, they fixed it. They were on top of it. If it was Sony, that shit would have been down for like 3 months. They'd be like, don't worry, you can still play your single player games. Oh, cool, that's all I play anyway. Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm trolling. But anyway, another thing, we're talking about tech and gaming, VR. People are still really hard for that. They're very moist about VR. And Sword Art Online is coming to virtual reality.
Dirty
so some
bastard.
people I had to bust a guildmate's a guildmate's dream. I ran down to this party. I felt kind of bad. I said, hey, I'm sorry. I had to tell him after, dude, I'm sorry I'm venting about it. This is one of those things that makes me really sore because people are so freaking excited about it. And the reason it makes you bitter, if you got money to throw at shit, fine. If you want to take $100 bill and burn it because you can, go for it, even though that's a federal offense. But yeah, why not? If you got money to burn, no problem. But the problem I have with it is that people are throwing money at all this bullshit and making it easy for these companies to peddle shit at us. We still have games that are being released incomplete. We have shitty AI, games that log you off, glitches where a boss that you're fighting gets stuck in a wall and you can't kill him, so you can't finish the quest, or the quest giver that you're supposed to turn in a quest to when you complete it suddenly disappears because, I don't know, maybe he went on a lunch break and didn't leave a fucking sign behind, right? But they don't fix these things that should be matter of fact, simple, due course, but we're gonna fucking make virtual reality. Like, you know, let's make more gimmicks. Let's get a freaking periphery attached to your dick, and you freaking do a pelvic thrust, you know, and that's how you control the game. Why not? Let's just make more fucking gimmicks. Let's not even try to make good, fun games. You know what? Make a chair that I can freaking just hop in and swivel in, and that can go. I can connect it to my freaking virtual reality, and that'd be awesome. Like, we still have so many improvements to make to the core experience. I am so not excited about VR. People are gonna throw their money on it. They're gonna blow their load on it. They don't realize they had this same technology in the 90s. A fucking headset you put on your head, and they use shutters to create the depth, the perception of depth, all right? And it was a freaking monitor attached to your head. Ooh, I'm immersed in it. Look, I'm swimming in the ocean with sharks, and there's Nemo. Woo, this is so cool. It's like, come on, really? Now this is the shit that this is the shit that's news, you know? And it's just, history's repeating itself. How many times have we seen virtual reality? The Virtual Boy. There was countless virtual reality sets on a microcomputer back in the days. Every 5 to 10 years, it seems like there's a major announcement for virtual reality. But we're acting like this is brand new stuff. Oh, do you see that? Oh, you know what? I guess apparently if you give it a cool name, then that means it's important. Oh, this is called the Morpheus. Oh, it's called the Oculus. This is called the Pipikaka. Pipikaka. Put the Pipikaka on your head. Pipikaka. Ooh, and we get Pipikaka come with 2 maracas. And the maracas are interactive. When you shake them, you get some more energy for your computer, and you charge it up. Ooh, cha cha cha. Mara, Pipikaka. Get the Pipikaka. So yeah. Sword Art Online. Love Sword Art Online. And give 2 shits about VR.
I'm here. I'm just. Are you okay, man?
No.
You see what I wrote in chat?
And
Yogi's rant is at 1 hour and 4 minutes. Listen to it. It's great.
I know BFT was gonna say something about, like, you're going to use Virtual Boy to prove technology exists in the past and full working order. That wasn't the only occurrence. In 1995, I demoed a unit that you put over your head, and you were able to move around in a first-person shooter. This isn't new technology. It's more, now the only difference is it's high definition. I threw the Virtual Boy out because that's something that people actually probably tried. But this technology has been around. They've been trying to do it for years, and I know I get it. You have to keep trying to get it right. This is my point, though. Virtual reality without the core experience being enhanced, and the rest of the technology catching up and the content catching up, is not a worthwhile pursuit. Now, the other applications of virtual reality, I can see it. Fine. But as far as gaming, we're not there yet. I mean, we can't fucking figure out the basic shit, you know? We can't figure out the basic shit, and we want to add virtual reality? I don't get it. That's like putting a freaking, you know, turbo booster in a freaking shitty car that's gonna fall apart the moment you put on a NOS or whatever, you know? You put a turbocharger in there, and the car goes, and all the parts just fly all over the place. It's like, oh, but yeah, at least it's got the turbo charger, right? That's what I feel like, you know?
We gotta keep going if we're gonna get to our.
I know. I went off on a rant, but anyway, the last thing I'm gonna mention, I'm just gonna go through real quick because everybody's been talking about it, and I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I know BFT's gonna get into his thing. He's gonna defend it. I know BFT's still enjoying the game, but everyone else I've been talking to that's not BFT, they're so sorely disappointed with Street Fighter V. Sorely disappointed, and the reviews that I've read, not very good because most people are saying it's incomplete. Now, mind you, Capcom was very forthright.
Did they get the
said
free version?
Well, they were saying that, you know, all the other content was going to come later. But then I read somewhere, I don't know why I saw this, and it wasn't like a parody source. It was a reliable source that Capcom, and I read it in a couple of places, that Capcom said they're considering releasing the arcade mode. Considering, that should be part of the core package. Like, that shouldn't even be consideration. You have to think about it. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there, but... You know, then I'm hearing from people that the online play is terrible, and then from multiple people. This is the kind of stuff that pisses me off. Like, Street Fighter used to be a series that I was all about, and Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, all this shit that's happened. You know, it's like we're just throwing money like here. It's like it's like I said it before, Obi. You know, you get punched in the face. You're in an abusive relationship, and then you say it's all right. It's all right. They're gonna change. They're gonna be better. And we're empowering them. We're enabling them to abuse us. We're like all in an abusive relationship with these companies. Anywho, that's it for now. That's the state of the video game industry address. I know we got to move on to the main discussion, but I wanted to say that Borderlands is coming to games with Gold. If you still haven't gotten that for some reason, you know, you can get it. Games with Gold soon, and there's a bunch of other good games in there too. So definitely keep an eye on that. Where we got copies of video games, including Dungeon of the Endless. If you want a copy, holler at me, Yogizilla on Steam, Xbox Live.
I still got a copy of Rocket League too.
Oh, always got a copy of Rocket League, and we got Smite skins too. Smite skins.
Mm-hmm.
So BFT said that is true with the arcade mode, but I honestly don't see the point of it. Arcade mode gave the little bits of story. You get that already, and in June you get the full story mode for free. I mean, I think we're just becoming too apologetic for these companies. It's a simple thing they can implement. Even if it's not a huge thing, that's probably more reason to be upset.
Honestly, the companies just need to start putting out better product, and people just need to stop bitching. Seriously. I mean, that's all it is. For somebody just to bitch about. Oh my God, they didn't give us the right game. You knew what's going to happen when you got it. Just saying.
Yeah.
There's betas out there. You know how fucking bad it sucked. If you really don't like it, like there's one person in here that I guarantee loves it because he's on it 24/7. Hey, that's good enough for me.
Yeah. I feel you. I just, me personally, I think more people need to vote with their wallet and not be early adopters. There's too many early adopters that are just blindly throwing money at stuff and make it easier for companies to keep selling crap. If they're forced to put out a better product rather than saying, well, we got all this money already, we could put out whatever you want. We could see more improvements across the board. And I think that's part of the big issue. But March 17th, Obi, are we still doing this St. Patty's Day celebration and giveaways that you wanted to do?
Yeah.
All right. We'll stick to our Twitter feed at ObioneX2, at Yogizilla, at Geeky Antics. We'll see if we'll have some firm plans for that.
I gotta talk to a overlay maker, Morg or you at some point, but you are busy, so I'll talk to Morg here in the next day or two and get that overlay made.
All right, so we'll figure things out then. Deep thinking. There's a lot of deep thinking talking here. So BFT says, and this is BFT 9000 who also streams. He's part of our team. He's also a mod here, Geeky Antics channel. So he says, at its core, Street Fighter V is by far the best fighter out there right now. I'm almost ready to say I like it better than Injustice.
What's Dottie?
DOTE, that's Dungeon of the Endless. Cause Not Panda has it too.
I tried to get on it and play it, but I suck.
Dude, we could do a 3-player now, me, you, and him. And if someone takes us up on the offer to get another copy of it for free.
Yeah, we could play after the show.
After the show, yeah. Is that what we're gonna do?
Seriously.
You said you were tired.
You go out and have your cigarette and stuff. Just don't take an hour. Go out and have your cigarette and stuff. I know you need it afterwards. Go out and have your cigarette and stuff, and I'll keep the stream on, and we'll just. I'm testing new internet tonight too, so. I got my new internet, and it's.
So see, now this is the thing. I like having BFT around because his opinion tells me what not to like. So if he loves something, I know I'll probably hate it, and if I love something, I know he'll hate it.
But
I think Dungeon of the Endless
well,
is by far one of the best games I've played ever. Really, it's unique and it's fun and it's great to play with friends.
Oh, now Not Panda wants to play this weekend. I don't know. I might be busy. I don't know.
Oh, okay. He said he could play this weekend. Let us know when you can play. We're usually idling on.
Well, if Yogi's gonna host a gang night this Saturday, we can play on Saturday.
We'll host a gangbang. Let's do the gangbang. Yeah, we should change the gangbang. No, I'm kidding. I'll do that. Yes, we'll probably do. Yeah. That's a good idea. Let us know. We gotta get some excitement. We're not gonna host it and then only like 2 people show up and one of them is Grandma. Love you, Grandma. Anyway, moving on. You know, we usually do shout-outs. We're gonna skip that today. If you want to get to know all our heroes, geekyanswers.net/sponsors. Click, like, share, comment, even buy some stuff if you can. All that stuff helps us. It helps the sponsors, makes everybody happy.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, BFT like speedrunners and Brawlhalla. That's probably one of the few games we have in common that we both love.
Dude, we should get out. We should play Brawlhalla. Dude,
Yeah,
I
4 in the
don't know.
morning.
I've been playing Brawlhalla, dude, lately. Like on the down low, like when nobody else is on, I'll get on there and play a couple games. I think BFT's cut me a couple times, but like I'm starting to get good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only problem. This is the only problem that I have. Give me 1 second. I'm getting an Xbox, guys. Well, the controller that I have now looks like a PS4 controller. So now when I get my Xbox, okay, and I'm playing the Xbox, it's going to be different because it's not like this.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do? Do I stop playing with this?
No, you'll be able to use the Xbox controller on your PC.
Obi's going to wreck everyone.
I mean, my Xbox controller is attached right now. Look, see? I'm ready to rock it anytime. You'll be fine.
I'm making a joke, man. That's all. Obi's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting a lot better at Brawlhalla. And I can see why people like Smash Brothers. And I mean, once you get combos down and you can actually execute them, fuck. There's no amount of jump backs that you can do because as soon as you go off the island, you're blowing up. Great.
Brawlhalla's fun. Now, Fader was saying that it's not as in depth, not as polished as Smash Brothers, but you know, there's some finesse to the game.
I don't really care either. Like I know there's like it's got that blocky mode and it's kind of it's not well refined, but it's fun. Especially when we're just fucking around and we're just having some fun. Say, all right, who can get the biggest kills? And you know, I kind of sweet talk BFT on occasion, and we gang up on you, and you know, and then you start kicking my ass, and then BFT starts kicking my, you know, it's fun. So like, I enjoy it. Maybe if I'm gonna go do something, you know, competitively or something like that, of course, that's, you know, Smash Brothers.
It's a good game. It's
Just
very
because
underrated
Brawlhalla
game.
doesn't have a competitive. I mean, they do in the game, but like not a serious competitive.
There's a competitive scene everywhere. You just gotta know where to find it. He said he likes the one that loves Xbox controllers. Yeah. But anyway, don't forget, folks, you can leave a voicemail for us or text us 646-801-2149. Again, 646-801-2149. 646-801-2149. Oh, what's that? Oh, you get some Steam gift card. Look at you. You got a whole freaking stack of them. Like $200 worth. Blam, blam. That's only the ones he took out of his pants. Who knows where else he has them. See? Everybody has an incentive to fill up on Obi's junk now. You're welcome, Obi. You can also email us.
Feels good.
Mail. Geekyantics.net. Or if you want to talk to that dirty old man, Herbert at geekyantics.net. One of these is not real.
You should make one, man.
I know we should. And just make it go straight to you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
BFT says he's using the Hori fighting commander for Street Fighter V. He can use it on PC, PS4, and PC. PC, PS4, and PC. PC, PS4, and PC. Two of those sound really similar.
PC, PS. Oh.
I haven't used a fighting stick in ages.
I had to sit there and go PS4. I had to read it a couple times. Like,
when your brain just went.
hey.
What? Like what?
PS4 and
Wait,
PC.
what?
Guys.
Am I stuck in a freaking?
Oh, PS3, PS4,
Wormhole?
and PC. That means
Oh,
he
yeah.
fucked up on the first PC.
That's because PC is twice as good as any console. That's a fair mistake.
Truth.
So I haven't used a fighting stick in a while. I just don't play
brother Yogi.
I haven't played the fighting games enough. By the way, let's talk about the inner workings of MMOs and gaming clans. God, we'll probably even go for a 4th week. This might just go on this. So, we're just going to jump right into it.
Your fault.
Hey, that's some quality discussion there.
Go ahead.
Right?
I truly apologize.
Oh, it's a pad.
Dumbass.
Oh, pad.
The
Like a maxi pad. Yeah. Obviously, I can't listen to this anymore.
I quit.
He put the hat on, adjust his shades, and then get his little hobo bag out on a stick. Yeah, the sticks I think are a matter of preference. Like I think sticks were my go-to when arcades were a thing, and you got used to the stick. But now it's like, eh. But anyway, back to the discussion. So one thing I think we haven't mentioned really is the whole notion of elitism in video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is it runs contrary to accessibility and approachability, the community aspect of a game. And what elitism is, when you have elitism, I notice it's usually when you have a game that usually it's a game that's lasted a long time, right? Because you have people that are like, well, I've been playing this since vanilla, or I've been playing this for 5 years, I've been playing this for 3 years. You just join, So that's a bad thing already. And another reason it happens is because a lot of games reward time invested rather than your actual skill level, which is a bad model when you have PvP. And we talked about this before, a few times. Actually, I don't think you were part of the discussion, but I talked about it with Fatal. And we were talking about how it's a bad model to have a reward that impacts gameplay directly, right? Like, you shouldn't have unlock an ultimate ability that can one-hit someone just because you put a lot of time into something. Because what that means is that the new players get the shit end of the stick and they have an uphill battle, and that's not a great experience.
A new player, no matter what, is going to have the shit end of the stick regardless, and this is why.
Okay.
A seasoned player, and I can come from experience, a seasoned player, and I'm going to talking about WoW when I talk about any reference, guys. A seasoned player in WoW and PvP, has to do nothing with, things for PvE. Like, WoW has only given one thing away for being there the longest.
Yep.
Like, they give the 10-year trophy, the 10-year... If you were in vanilla and you are still playing and your account's been active the whole time, you got a fucking statue. It's really nice. But the difference between that and PvP, there is the only thing that a new person, so like Yogi, if you come in and start playing WoW, right, and you say, I don't care about PvE, I want to play PvP. We're gonna start going into battlegrounds. We're gonna start getting the gear, the lower, the just PvP gear.
Mind you, I used to play WoW.
I know.
All right.
And you come back and you start playing and you want to PvP again. Now, things that say, and you've never played it before, you don't know to put macros and keybind and macro, like 2 or 3 things together. You don't know about all that. Like maybe somebody that's been playing PvP in the game maybe since season 1 or even the last season, the previous season. That new person is going to have the shit end of the stick every single time anyway because of what they don't know. Now, if somebody goes on there and they do research, okay, I want to play a boomkin in PvP. So I'm going to do this. I need to make sure, okay, what are my stats that I need for a PvP? Because I need lots of burst damage, right? So you're going to have crit and multi-strike, right, off the bat. You just stack crit and get multi-strike. And when you hit a spell, it's going to crit, and it's going to do big numbers really, really fast. Okay? So now if they have a healer and they're healing, like you can sit there and just do your things, and when it's time to burst on somebody, lock out the healer, burst that guy down. You got to get that guy down within 4 to 5 seconds. So you need those big crit numbers.
More
right?
dots, more dots, more dots.
Exactly. So when I come off and I say, okay, I need to put my solar beam, which interrupts the spell cast and keeps them. You can't cast while you're in the solar beam, and my my cyclone in the same keybind. So when I hit the letter E or I hit the letter R or whatever I'm gonna hit, it cyclones them and solar beams them right in place. After the cyclone cast, it casts solar beam. So therefore, they're like, they can't do anything. So then we can just do whatever we need to do. Well, a new person would have to do, cyclone first and then solar beam.
And there'll be a little delay, and that little delay
will get that last heal off right at the last second.
Yep. That's actually a very good point too, because that's a design flaw, because a lot of MMOs have that thing where if you know the perfect animation cancel or using, macro, like if you know the timings of animations down to the nanosecond, like down to the very last bit, and and you could, or how to do animation cancel, or the animation priority, or you have macros. It's such a huge difference, because you can make it so that on a one-on-one battle, the person won't even have a chance to attack. Like you stun lock them or some stupid shit like that, and it's game breaking.
And you got people like assassins, and and a lot of the like D&D aspect of it, or rogues and WoW, or I don't know what the ones and all the other ones are called. But they can stun lock somebody for up to 15 seconds in a row.
God, 15 seconds in an online game is like an eternity.
And then all these little combos that because a rogue doesn't do a lot of big dick damage. It'll sit there, stun lock you, bleed, do little, and then get its finisher up. So then he ambushes you or finishes you or eviscerates you for 100K, and by the time the bleeds let go and you can start healing up, you're dead. Like, he doesn't like killing blow you. He doesn't go boom, you're dead.
Yeah.
He just bleeds the shit out of you until you die from poisons, unless you can get it off.
All those dots stack up. Oof. So and that's the thing. Elitism in a game is inevitable, because you're gonna always have people that are know-it-alls, or they feel like they're in a privileged position because they were there before you, But the thing is, the design flaws encourage that kind of behavior. Simple little things like dissemination of information. A lot of games make it really hard to figure out things, and it sucks if you invest a lot, a lot of time. I'm talking about hundreds of hours, and then you realize all that time and money you invested was spent on the wrong thing. And then it's even worse if you can't undo that. So you're kind of committed. You're like kind of stuck with this. Or that, oh yeah, you could change it, but you have to like buy all this stuff and get rid of all that crap, and you have to respec, and that costs money. It's like, oof, virtual money or not, it's something that can scare people away. So that dissemination of information is something that's interesting, because I always troll people in our guild, and I'm like, if you listen to our podcast, you'll probably learn a thing or two about the news of video games and all this stuff. You didn't know that it was a beta, and you could have gotten the code. If you check our Facebook page, we had news about that too. Because people are talking about it. So, did you know this is happening? It's like, oh, you would have known that 3 months ago if you listened to our podcast, right? But I just find it funny, because especially on the console, dude, people do not do research. Like the furthest they'll go is YouTube, but they do not educate themselves. Like podcasts, they have a podcast app running on Xbox Live. They could just listen to it. They could snap the podcast, listen to a podcast instead of the game music, and play a game. But they don't do it. So people don't know all this stuff. So the way they get their information is either through the game itself, or people that act like they know everything, and they listen to all this misinformation. Like, oh, you can't build that guy like that. This is the one build. This is the way you're supposed to build that. You can't play it like that. That's not viable. Blah 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 blah. And people believe this stuff, right? And it's crazy. So there needs to be good dissemination of information, at least for the basics, so that there's a more level playing field. I feel like in a PvP environment, you need to it should be more of a slight edge thing, not a massive advantage. You know what I mean? Anything that tips that scale too far, especially if it's like something people could buy, or earn just by grinding, is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Because the new players come in, you want to hold on. The thing with an MMO is particularly, we're going to use that model mainly when we talk about online gaming. you want to retain as much of your player base as possible, because that everybody benefits as tons of people are playing. The company that maintains all the servers and does development, they make more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
The player economy, if you have stuff in the auction house or vendors, they make more money because more people looking for stuff, right? And there's more people to play with. So, and it's funny because the elitists, they love the game, clearly. They spend a lot of time on it, but they act like they don't want new people to come. That's their attitude. And everybody's seen them. They're like, oh, look at these noobs. Don't know how to run this trial. They don't know how to run this dungeon. They don't know how to do this raid. But it's like, well, you were there at one point. It may have been, you're out of touch because you haven't been there a long time. But why aren't we helping those new people? And again, I think if a game is designed a certain way, you can reward the positive behavior and maybe punish the negative ones.
There is, I mean, there are certain places and times where, like I was telling you the other day, I don't know if it was you. Yeah, it was you, I think. But like when our guild, you know, when somebody comes in and they want to raid or they want to do something, you know, they want to do that, like everybody jumps in and pitches in, like, hey, how much bloods do you have? I got 60 of them. Hey, I need them for a piece of gear. Okay. You know, like we just band together and make what we need to make for the person, and then it's up to them to actually get the rest of the gear. Now, if it's somebody that like didn't do a lot or got gear and then it's not playing like I am right now, it's kind of, it kind of hurts, kind of like you're just like, man, I gave you all my shit so we can make you gear, and you're not even gonna play that character. What?
Yeah. That's the problem too. Like you invest in people, you give them you take this leap of faith, and then they flake out on you, or they go to another game, or you know, all kinds of things, or they leave your guild, and you know that's the thing. Again, that's something that can be fixed by design. Mm-hmm. Like if you reward people that stay with the guild a long time, people will be more loyal. Disincentivize clan hopping. That's a huge issue. You know, people go in, they get everything they can from the crafters, right? They learn everything they can from your best PvPers, your best PvE players. You know, they use everything they can. Maybe they steal stuff from your guild bank, whatever they do. They use and abuse, then they go on to the next victim, right? If you disincentivize that, you know, it's very simple fixes. But it's crazy. It's almost like,
well, no matter how much you incentivize, I can't even say the word. No matter how much you do that, though, there's always going to be people that do that. There's always going to be somebody that just says, yeah, I want to join and I want to play and I want to do this, this, and this, and this. Well, there's things that guilds can do as well. Guilds, clans can say, okay, we have a 3-month or a 30-day trial. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what we expect. We expect you to be gearing up for the raids or be doing your PvP stuff. For some reason, I'm getting disconnected from chat. It's pissing me off. But for, you know, and then they say, you know, okay, you can only do this, this, and this. And then once you're in for 30 days or for 3 months or whatever it is, then you can actually, you'll be able to actually, use stuff from the guild bank and all that other stuff.
Yeah. No, and I totally agree. You gotta, like, people have to earn those rights. But it's also a pain in the butt to have to manually keep track of a lot of the guild clan management stuff doesn't give you that much information. So you have to keep your own books. You have to keep your own files, you know. And that takes you away from enjoying the actual game, you know? Mm-hmm. And it sucks. Like, I think there's some simple quality of life changes that online games can make. You know, it's particularly with MMOs, because the thing is, in a shooter or a MOBA, you don't feel the effects as much because the social interaction isn't as important, right? Most of the people you play with, you'll play with them once or twice here and there if you run into them in matchmaking, and that's it. You don't have to live with them. In an MMO, those issues, those design flaws get compounded. Like, imagine if the model of League of Legends was made into a massive multiplayer online game. It'd be terrible. Having that shitty ecosystem expanded into that kind of game, it wouldn't work, because that's already a toxic environment, because it places too much focus on individual skill. It doesn't incentivize teamwork enough, and it doesn't communicate the things that make for good team plays. It only communicates what people do on an individual level. So it reinforces the trolling and the toxicity and the people blaming each other. You know? And again, it comes back to dissemination of information and feedback systems, so that the positive, anytime someone does something good, there should be a quick feedback, some kind of ding, some kind of reward, something to let people know that was a good thing. And you almost have to condition people like the dogs, like it's a Pavlovian effect, right? Where you just gotta keep putting the food in front of them, ringing the bell until they start drooling when they just hear the bell, And that's sad, but that's really what works. We get conditioned to a point, and boom, right? I think that's what we really need. Oh, what you looking at? Your eyes are getting shifty there. Hey, Max, what's going on? Max 10833. A lot of numbers.
I'm trying to get chat to where it's not looking stupid looking.
Oh, for a second I thought your face was changing colors. It was kind of weird.
Like the how like when I use the chroma key, and I use the black and what is it, black and chat or whatever, so that the background of chat is black, so I can see it, but because all that white is just kicking my ass. Well, they're getting ready to get rid of the black background, and it just I'm trying to decide on what I want to do with this.
Okay.
Nothing serious.
There's workarounds with that. But yeah, and this is something I give a lot of thought to. It's just, I'm not saying it's the game developer's fault, because people are gonna be trolls, people are gonna be elitists, people are gonna be snobs, they're gonna be assholes regardless. But don't make it easy for people to be those things. Make it easier for people to find like-minded people. Because I guarantee, if all those trolls and elitist assholes were forced to play with each other and wouldn't be able to play with anyone else. Remember when we talked about this several times, there'll be like segregation in video games. Like, I love the whole thing that Heroes of the Storm does, where it puts you in a timeout box and you only get to play with other leavers and trolls if you repeatedly do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lever jail. I love that. It's like, well, you can't play nice, and now you gotta play with other people that have the cooties. Because, it's great when no one else is doing it to them, but when they get a taste of their own medicine, like, damn, is that the way I am to people? I think eventually people will catch on, like, damn, I'm really a piece of shit. I should stop being like that. So, that's the little thing like that can make such a big difference, So,
Right.
Another thing I want to talk about is kind of the difference between PC and Xbox One. And then, you can replace Xbox One with whatever your console of choice is. But I'm going to say Xbox One, because it's designed for multiplayer. But anyway, seriously. One of the big things is I'm a huge believer in plugging in, getting people to plug in. And what that means is you create a framework outside of the game, because very rarely will a game be able to support all of your functions of your guild or your clan, right? You need something to keep the conversation going when people are not logged in the game, where your schedules don't line up, ways to share strategies, ways to communicate and to ask for help, to share resources, to request items, all that kind of stuff, right? Or share news, breaking news, so people know what's coming up. Getting people to plug in on PC is a challenge, but nowhere near as hard as it is on Xbox One. Because on PC, the person already has a PC and internet access, right? And you would think on Xbox One, since they have the browser, that they'd be on the internet. But I'm telling you, it's so weird. Like, for a lot of people, their Xbox One really is their only computer. I guess you could count the smartphone too. But I'm like, pull up the Facebook page on your computer. Like, I don't have a computer. Like, what? Who does? What? who doesn't have a computer in this day and age? Like, it boggles my mind. Like,
Console players.
yeah, it's crazy though. Like,
Be surprised.
$300, you can have a decent computer. A computer that will play a lot of games too, and it's upgradable.
You'd be
like-
surprised how many people don't have a computer.
It's crazy. And I mean, the consoles now are pretty much computers, but there's still things you can't do. But it's crazy. So like, when you talk about podcasts or something, anything that's not a YouTube video, pretty much, they're like, what? That's a thing? What, there's articles you could read? So it's almost like, I don't know if it's technophobia maybe, or just it's this weird thing where console gamers put on blinders and that's all they exist on that console and nothing else matters. It's
Well,
weird.
like, too, and I actually know parents that they'll get their kid a PlayStation or an Xbox, but they won't get their kid a computer. Because a lot of things that, well, now you can do, you can control a computer's, or a PlayStation or an Xbox or console, you can control the internet access a lot easier than on a computer. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
some kids are...
Yeah, I
Some
feel
kids
ya.
are assholes, man. Some kids are like, I just want to look at that porn. Man, he's doing, wow, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, and I get that, but it's just crazy. Like, and these people, the people are spending tons of money on bullshit. You know, like they're buying, motorized socks. Who knows what the fuck? They're buying virtual reality, but they don't have a computer. I'm sorry. This lack of priorities boggles my mind.
Yes, I know, BFT, the internet is for porn. But sometimes you got to look at something else.
Yes. Yo, and it's not just technophobia either. Like, when you talk about tools or social media, which I think social media is a powerful tool in itself, or a suite of tools, whichever way you want to look at it. People are like, that is like pulling teeth too. It's just crazy. Like on Elder Scrolls Online, if you're playing on PC, obviously you can do all the add-ons, right? And those enhance the experience so much. You change your HUD, you get to see the spawn timers on the bosses.
Mhm.
You get better inventory management, all that stuff. Obviously, on console, it's a uniform experience, so you don't get all that kind of stuff. But it's still like phone apps you could get, so you could like do a skill calculator and see what your numbers will look like. What would your DPS be, your resistances, your health, and magicka, all your stats if you run different skill points and different armor sets, different weapons, right? And you could do that. You could it'll show you what it lets you do crafting and see what materials you need for different things, right? And how much research you have to do to get it done. So there's all kind of tools like that. And then social media itself, like, people should not use a video game as their primary way of getting in touch. The reason why I say it's a bad idea, because if that game has downtime or people take a break from the game, how do you follow up with them? So if you don't reach out outside of the game, on a Facebook group or a fan page or a website, forum, something, then the game dies. What do you have left? Nothing. You wasted all that time building up that community for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense. So anytime you remember I used to always tell you, OB, about Nipples of Fate, and we still kind of live on in spirit, but I kind of build Geeky Antics on the same principles of building community and building friends, making a friend at every turn, and going beyond a single platform. So if we meet on Rocket League, that might be the game we play together the most, but that's not our only thing. We interact beyond that, right? So if Rocket League ever dies, we have something else. Don't say maybe. We every Thursday we catch up here on Twitch. I post on Facebook every day. I don't see your comments on there. I don't see. Where are your comments, guys? Huh? Nah, BFT has been commenting. I give him props. Well, how about you other guys? Maybe, and it's not just the console gamers. I gotta be fair. It's just
it's because I don't feel like it. Is that what you want to hear?
No, it's overall laziness. Everybody says they're busy, but everybody's got a few seconds, a few minutes, Everybody takes a shit. They have time to do stuff while they're taking the shit, right? You know. Thanks, Obi. So it's just I think it's important. Like, it would be great if games
I missed your call.
supported. Yes, you did miss my call. If games supported more of the community, more integrated the community aspects. The podcasts that are dedicated to the games, and reinforce the fact that, hey, check out these great sites and these cool people, and so create an ecosystem that gets people really engaged and supports the positive sides of social interaction, not the bad part, which is toxicity. Because I don't feel that if you have more social interaction, that's automatically more toxicity. I think it's a way of how you cultivate that community and play with your phone and sometimes your dick. Thanks, Obi. Another big thing too. I almost feel like if a game is online, it needs to focus almost 100%, if not really, just 100% on online, like multiplayer. The reason I say that is because when you have too much solo content, you have people that just don't understand the benefit of being with a group.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real incentive for them. It's like, oh, I can just solo everything, and that sucks, because if you make it too easy for people to solo stuff, then you devalue gaming clans and guilds. I think a lot of games. I've played so many MMOs and so many online games that have clan support, and it's really the developers messed up if you have to explain what the benefit of being in a clan is. Some people think it's just you throw on a tag, and that's it. Oh, cool! Now I'm part of a club, and that's all it is to them. They don't interact. They don't check in. They don't try to see if anybody's getting some activities going. They don't check your Facebook, whatever you have set up. They don't participate in polls, nothing. They're just there as a head count. So why do you think that is, Obi? Obi's like, where do I start?
Exactly.
Where do I start? The black background. Let me tell you about the black background.
There's a lot of things that, people I see, people that are in the guild that I'm in now. I mean, I'm in a few different guilds, but like one of the big ones, like there will be people that'll go solo content just because they can. Games that have guild, where you can make guilds in it. Some people just, I don't really know how to start this. But like some people are just people that just want to be in there just because they maybe have a few friends in the guild, and all they really want to do, like there's people in our guild right now that all they want to do is PvP, and they can do that solo. They don't want to raid because then they have to wait on 14 other people to get there to actually know what they're doing and to not pull a herpaderp moment and die in the middle of the fight. So like PvP is the way to go.
Yeah.
Straight up. Which I'll say it now. Well, I know I want to wait. But it's just then, and then some people just are all about that guild aspect. Are all about the like I said with raiding. Raiding is a group effort. It's you have your raid leader, you have your tanks, your healers, your DPS. Everybody has a spot where they stand, or where because literally when you start doing raids and you start doing things as a group, right? You have 14, 9 other people to worry about. If you're doing a 10-man, you got a 15, 20, 25. But if you're doing a 15-man, you got 14 other people to worry about. So, okay, is he going to come over on me? We need to be spread out 6 yards. So I'm standing in the spot. Hopefully he knows not to come into me. Because if somebody comes into me, that means I have to stop my cast. That means I lose DPS. That means I'm pissed. The raid leader's pissed because my numbers are low. And then ultimately the group's mad at me because my numbers are low. But then nobody understands that, you gotta play as a team. Some people just can't play as a team, dude.
Oh yeah.
And they want to do that solo thing. Speaking of solo playing, Yeah. I'll say it later. Go ahead.
I think one of the things that'd be nice to have is simple indicators. Like, I don't like in games that let you inspect someone's gear, because I think that's a little intrusive. I think that should be an opt-in thing. But I think it's nice to be able to look at that person's profile and see how active they are. So, like, maybe have like a meter system where if someone rarely logs, did you freeze? Oh,
Why would you not look into somebody's gear, but you would look into their profile? I would give a flying what the profile says. I want to see what gear they're on right now. They have on right now.
No, because that leads to elitism. No one should be able to look in your gear unless you allow them. No one should be able to just be able to click on someone and look what they're running.
Well, you're dumb.
Because no,
that's bullshit. No, hell no. If somebody looks at me, dude, if somebody looks at my boomkin and they see everything, listen.
I'm talking about physically. I'm talking about physically. Not physically, they can. I'm talking about when they're inspecting to see the actual stats and what you're actually rocking. You know, in Destiny, people can see you can inspect the player and see what you're actually rocking.
Yes, you can do that in WoW too. But like seriously, if somebody looks at my gear in a boomkin and they see everything's heroic and they see bam, holy shit, that's a lot of crit. Holy crap, this some bitch has got 500, 600 mastery on his trinket. I'm happy. Look at my shit. I'm basking in this motherfucker. It's not that I'm elitism. I'm an elitist.
But see, that leads to WoW is a game where gear score really matters a lot.
It does because of the amount of damage that you can put out.
Right, and the thing is that's why that game is not for casual people. It's actually that's why that game is dying, because you have people that go, whoa, look at your gear score, you can't roll with us, and they don't want to bother with the people that really want to get there, but they don't have a place to get there.
But there's certain things that if the person does it right, okay, if the person doesn't, I've told several new people this. I mean, I've done my part in spreading the word. But if a person does it right, and they actually go into, and while they're doing their ring quest, to get their legendary ring, if they do the thing right, they'll get the gear as they're doing their quest. Yeah. So there's no reason for a person not to have a 700 eye level to go into heroic Hellfire.
Well, here's my counterpoint, though, because BFT is on your side on this. So he says if you look at someone's gear, it tells you how much they play, and if there's someone you want in your group. Mm-hmm. But see, I'm not talking about just about the skill. To me, as a guild master, I'd rather have someone that is active and committed. So what's more important to me if I inspect a player, how often are they on? How many hours have they put in? Consistently.
Yeah, but that's secondary. That's
huge.
That's secondary, man. That's
primary.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I can guarantee you, BFT's gonna say amen when I say it.
Listen, because you know how many people I've had that are top tier players, and then they just freaking die. They just stop playing. It's worthless. But 9 times out of 10, the players that are consistently there, they're plugged in, and they are invested and loyal. Those are the players that grow to be your top PvP players, your best raiders, your best lieutenants, your best generals. Not the people that have the best gear, because they may just be lucky. The person can just buy the gear. That doesn't mean they're worth the salt. I'm saying in some games. I'm just saying. The gear doesn't mean shit to me, because the gear you can farm, you can earn that. That'll come with time. Attitude and commitment and loyalty, that you either have it or you don't.
Well, that's you. If I were to find somebody that has a 725 eye level and they go in a mythic rating and they can go into it and we ask them, do you know the fights? We can say, yeah, they probably know the fights because of their gear, but they could have been carried. So what we do, and if somebody goes like this, and like I said, BFT will probably say amen to this. I would take a guy that's buffed, geared out, and ready to go than a newbie or somebody that just wants to be online all the time. I'm sorry. That's just straight up. Just because, 2 reasons. First reason, I can count on this guy to be there. If he can make our raids and he can do everything that he needs to do his 100k DPS and he's rocking it, love you. Second reason, dude, if he gets on and he say being part of this guild, because you're going to say all this in the beginning anyway. when the new person comes in, maybe an officer, I don't know how people run it. How I did it is when a new person came to the guild, I had an officer go to that person and talk to him. What would you like to do in this guild? Well, what is this? You know that this guild is a raiding guild. Well,
you gotta onboard them.
Yeah. So he goes, I'd like to raid, but I don't have a lot of time. Well, what are the days that you can actually play? Well, our raid days are Tuesday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Can you make that? Well, yeah, I can. Okay, what's your gear? Okay, I'm 700 eye level. Okay, so you can get into our heroic group. Bam, done.
Oh, right.
And then
that's your focus of your guild. We enjoy all the aspects of the game, and we're more focused on the social aspect.
But you can't say that that's not a big part of it. Like, I understand the guild part, saying, hey, if you're going to be in the guild and you have a profession, help the guild out every now and then. Throw some money in there, even though, every time we do this, and this, it makes money for the guild. But it's to the point where, having that big person, yes, it's not going to necessarily get you 10 flasks or, 20 feasts in there or, 10,000 gold in there. But that's another person to where we're getting a guild-wide achievement. Heroic.
I'm glad you've had that luck, because every time I get the high-level player with the best gear, terrible players. They don't know how to play with a team. They have shitty attitudes. They're toxic. They're just aides. If you find someone that has the gear and the attitude, hell yeah, because they can teach you some new things. Everybody can learn, and you can do more of that high-level stuff. But I'm telling you, I've run into so many of these people that's like, well, I've been doing this all my stuff by BFT proved my point himself by actually thinking he's siding with you. He just proved my point, and I think you're gonna listen to my point. Is that if he said if they're getting gear on their own, it means that they're someone who knows how to play and has the drive to stay current. They know how to play on their own. It's a different dynamic in a team, and this is what I'm saying. When you have a lot of solo content, yeah, you're probably beast on your own, but if you don't know how to play nice with others, that's hard.
And that's something that as a guild leader, as a clan leader, like you are, that's something that you have to pick out. Okay, I don't want those kind of people. This is the people that I want because I think it's going to be better in the long run. Because the way you think is, if I get somebody that's conscious and wants to be on all the time, they're not only going to get their gear because they're going to be on all the time, but they're going to be conscious of everybody else in the guild and try to make a community. That's what you want. So, like I already told you before, when I ran a guild in early days, WoW, like, it was to the point where people knew to come in this guild, it was an honor because we were getting world firsts. Like, we were rating. Like, this is how it is. If you don't like it, there's 700 more applications I got to look through, so I can replace you.
Yeah.
And so everybody said, okay, what's the raid time? 7 days a week, 6 hours a day. Can you handle that? Well, no, I can't. Well,
you're coming more from a very high level, hardcore place. Like, I'm talking about social and more accessible. If you position that to someone that's coming brand new to the game, I'm gonna tell you they're gonna be turned off.
We're not gonna accept them in the first place.
Right, exactly.
And it's not because we're elitist. It's not because of anything. I think your camera stopped. But it's not because we're elitist. It's not because we're this. We don't want those fresh people. We would have fresh people in the guild, but they knew that the understanding, they actually have to go with some of our alt groups, or they have to go with these groups first to make sure that they can learn the fights. We had those, but when it was our main group, our main 25-man raid group, if you were not on your shit, even if you had a bad night, I sat you. You were done for the night. Come back tomorrow. That's it. No offense. Not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but this is how it is. If you don't like it, go find a different guild.
Yeah, see?
And that's
a completely different value set for me. Like, I will not be in your guild, and you could not be in my guild. Because for us, it's more important. Did you guys have fun? What did you learn? And we keep it casual. When it gets too stringent, it's like,
But that's the thing. Like I said before, like, we had all more groups. We'd go in there with a group of people that we knew the shit wouldn't work, just to try it.
Yeah, see,
we've been in casual.
BFT said it. He says he'd rather have a raid with a douche with a gear and know-how. No, thank you. I play games to have fun. There's plenty of know-it-alls out there.
Oh, crap! It's 2 hours.
Yeah. Right. No, we gotta wrap it up. But Yeah, I guess we'll continue this again. I think we'll kill it. We'll kill it here.
No,
I
we'll do
think we
we'll
said
do
everything
one more
I had to.
part. We'll do one more part because
One
we
more
got we still
part?
got some stuff that like recruit like guys here next week. We're gonna talk about some communicating values, some ideal guildy mindsets, some recruiting strategies, which I really want to get into that next week.
Yeah.
Keeping the
And that's
peace,
gonna be
knowing
interesting because
what to do
our
as a
recruiting strategies are very different. Ob.
well, knowing what to do as a guild master to maybe keep the peace. Get some of your veterans to help you and whatnot, skills, personal fit, and of course, some, we got some, I think we got a couple of banter topics too. So,
yeah, my final thought though, I just want to make sure I communicated is, like, because BFC said he'd rather have a douche with the gear and the know-how, than have to train up a new guy. I'd rather have the new guy. Because that person's gonna stick around longer. I've dealt to too many with I've been in the high level, highly competitive, number one, top tier. You know what? At the end of the day, it kills the game. I don't have patience for that. I want to have fun. We can still be competitive, and just to me, that cost is too much of a high price to pay. No, at this age, I want to get into the game and enjoy it. I still like being competitive. I like getting things done. But at the end of the day, I want to know that everybody's having fun, and we made some new friends. That's more important to me. So our recruiting strategy, this is gonna be an interesting discussion.
This is why it's gonna work. So we'll talk about that next week, guys. If you guys want to send something in and be a part of the conversation, please do. You guys can send us a voicemail or a text on this number 646-801-2149, or you guys can leave us an email. Mail at geekyantics.net. Just tell us why, some of your strategies or, things that you did as a guild leader or a clan leader. Let us know. So we do want to make sure you guys know that everywhere, HorsePLAY Live is everywhere. You can listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take out a few minutes to thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, even share. Even better, we'd love if you guys leave some reviews and comments. It's quick, it's easy, it really helps us out more than you guys think. Huge thanks to everybody that's been promoting our content. We love you guys. It helps us really realize our dreams. Whatever. You guys like eye candy? We have video as well. YouTube and Twitch. YouTube.com/GeekyAntics and Twitch.tv/GeekyAntics. And of course, here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we're covering with a wide spectrum of topics. We can't possibly plug them all. So if you guys want to check any of those shows out, you guys go to geekyantics.com/schedule. You can also see our flagship show on Twitch profile and our aggregate feeds over at geekyantics.net/podcasts. Don't forget, guys, all our intro, outro music is provided by TechnoAxe, royalty-free. That's Techno with a K. Go to technoaxe.com, and he'll hook you up. Yeah. Where can they find you at, Yog?
I am Yogizilla everywhere. On Steam, Xbox Live, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, all that stuff.
Definitely. And you guys
How about you, Obi?
ObioneX2, guys, everywhere. This is the stream days, so check me out tomorrow and Saturday. Hopefully, we're going to be doing a gang night on Saturday night, so come out, hang out with us. You guys listening to us on allgames.com. The Deck Pixel Live Power Ranking Show is up, followed by Knuckleballer Radio at its new time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to hang out and chat with us at the live or chat button. And, of course, you guys remember, make sure that you know that the guys at BT Podcast are at Tuesday at 9 p.m. on our official sister network, All Games Radio Network. Guys, that's for us for a month for this ObioneX2. That's over there, Yogizilla. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Later, taters.
Play the damn music. Right now. See you guys. We seriously gotta get a new outro. We out.